this is the finished pen. This is like this may be like a new series I'm going to be calling Face Pens. Anyway, how I did this pen, and actually it's taken me into a completely new place that I wasn't originally when I first started. And so thanks to the shrink plastic process, I've actually created something totally new. When I started with the shrink plastic, of course, the idea was to make a piece of shrink plastic art. And with the process I went through, I painted on the plastic. I thought that was really cool to actually be able to paint on the shrink plastic. I used watercolor, which I guess if I did this again, I probably would use acrylics because watercolor did not adhere. So of course one of the rules I discovered in the book is that you don't really use watercolor because it doesn't adhere. Well, I know that now. So, but again, accidents, happen for a reason. There is no such thing as an accident in the creative process. So this pen actually would not have been born if it would not for the accident that was created by using the watercolor. So I actually am very glad about that. The pen, what I used to do the pen is I used the surface of the shrink plastic. After I took it out of the oven, it changed into something that I really wasn't too pleased with, and so I used it as a background piece. Now, I use a lot of aging processes in my work, and I use a process where I create something to make it look like old metal. And so what I did is I painted this pen black. I painted the surface black with some black gesso. This is the black gesso that I used. But you can use black paint as long as it's very, it covers well. And then after that, I dried it, of course, and then I added metallic, this is metallic, golden metallic iridescent bronze, and I used that, dry brushing that over the black paint. I experimented with that, and then I used a little bit of blue. Oh, this is the blue. I used a little bit of blue. This is kind of like an iridescent blue. It's not really expensive paint, but it's just like has a real iridescent effect or iridescent look. I used blue on it, not really knowing and really not thinking about whether the fact that I was going to use this little blue piece here. But somehow it just kind of came together. So then after that, I decided instead of using the face that was on there, because you couldn't see it very well, I used the printed picture, and I decomposed it right onto the surface, and I took paint and I actually painted in the hair, and I changed the hair completely by doing that. Then I took a piece of jewelry that I aged with again black paint over the jewelry piece. Then I took and put over that, after it was dry, the metallic bronze again aging it because I really don't like gold jewelry that's real glitzy. I did that, and before that I actually had found that blue thing, looks like a feather, this little thing here. I put that in there too, and then I used it to make her hairpiece, and so that's what I did. And then the stone-like finish I created by adding just a teeny bit of the same blue that I used on the hairpiece, the metallic iridescent blue. I used that on that too. Then, after it was completely done, I put Mod Podge over it. And I may, to make it even more glossy, I may put a finish of diamond glaze. Then I'll put a pin back on it, and it'll be ready. And this pin actually is going to a place that just